while I figure out how to voice Harmon Cooper's Fantasy Online Hyperborea. I'm so excited to get started on this one. Actual recording is going to start today. Just on the show, right? I'm actually pretty behind as far as all my projects, but I am catching up. I'll be caught up hopefully by the end of this week, and I'll be recording Fantasy Online next week. But here today, I'm actually going to be recording what I do. There's a few chapters. Let's see. Yeah, Harmon has graciously provided me with a bunch of different chapters that he wants me to read from, which is the best. Thank you so much. This is the best thing the authors could possibly do for this show, is tell me what sections are good for like testing out the characters. Not only that, but also to make an entertaining stream. And by the way, I got my Mitherfickers shirt on, so if you don't know, it's something from this book. So go to harmoncooper.com, pick up these t-shirts. I think this is my favorite one. This is so good. The Mitherfickers. So yeah, we're getting started on Fantasy Online here today. So before I get started on that, also remember this is a Wednesday, so I am giving away five audiobooks to the first five people who request it. They're on the Twitch chat. So if you're watching from Facebook or if you're watching from YouTube, go to the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/soundbooththeater, and join us on the chat. Follow me there on Twitch and request a free audiobook. I'll be giving away copies of The Feedback Loop today. That's it, because it's Harmon Cooper. It's in the same world. It's all lit RPG. It's all in the Proxima Galaxy. So please request audiobooks if you want them. Five of them today. So back to Fantasy Online. And also, oh yeah, we're doing this thing again. I don't know if I like that position though. Maybe up a little, and maybe make it a little bit bigger. Maybe I can cut some of this stuff off a little bit. It's okay. Harmon wants 5 of them. He wants 5 of his own audiobook. Fine. They're all gone now, people. Sorry. Here we go. An actual customer. Buchamas, thank you for attending Sound Booth Theater Live, and we will be getting you 1 copy of The Feedback Loop. Books 2 and 3 should be out any second now. It could be in the next 5 minutes that it's out. Who knows? ACX kind of takes a while to get things done, but they also it's also like random. I don't know. It's like 1 to 2 weeks whenever they get to it. But it should be out soon. Oh, good. I'm glad you're a fan, Buchamas. And we'll get you that free copy of the audiobook after the stream. So, how are we starting today? We're going to... So he gave me... Harmon Cooper gave me a document of the character voices, and he also gave me a document of the exact places he wants me to read today. And I'll go ahead and read some of the directions. I won't read them all because some of it's spoilery, right? But okay, so I'm gonna be. This is gonna be a little bit weird because I'm gonna be recording, so I need to pay attention to what's going on my Ableton screen, but I also need to be able to look at the chat. So I'm going to be switching back and forth. Is that making the Ableton thing move? It's like, ah. Oh well. I'm going to be switching back and forth, so I'll try as hard as I can to pay attention there. But It's like it looks like I'm gonna need a fucking a third tablet or something because I have my notes up here, I have the actual book here, and then I have my computer screen. It's just not enough. Not enough stuff. Okay, so he wants me to start with the prologue, the very beginning. Understandable. Dismiss. Okay, let's see. So we have the characters Tamana. He said that I don't have room for another monitor now. So he says that the character Tamana is that the first syllable is the one that's stressed. Tamana. Okay. So we have Tamana should be completely innocent sounding, and the rest is spoilers. Sorry, I can't tell you the rest. And then Ryuk, who is the main character, the MC. You already did his voice, and I think it was fine. He is meek at first, but becomes a leader. Unsure of himself, 19, intimidated by his older brother. Okay. And, okay. So we get a map of Hyperborea in this book. Oh, no. Looks like I'm going to have to change my background to white. Oh, no, never mind. It's just some of the stuff at the beginning has black text no matter what. It looks like he's even got like a... It looks like he's even got his own language. Okay, so Thulian, right, is the language of... not Hyperborea, what's... Tritania. Well, Ultima Thule is the third island, but he's got like a whole written language here too. That's pretty cool. Oh no, it is black text. All right, I'm gonna have to switch. There we go. Oh no, thanks. I don't need it. I actually have another monitor I could use, but there's no room for. I mean, I don't know what I would do with it. I don't know how I would use it. But thank you for the suggestion, and thank you for the offer. Okay, so we're gonna do the prologue here. Oh yeah, and I'm recording. Hee hee. Dude, chick. All right. I think we can get rid of this here. IO, is that it? Yeah. All right. Prologue. Troll battles. At half the length of her body, Tamana's. That's gonna trip me up the whole book. Tamana's buster sword. Bring this down a little bit. Tamana's buster sword is meant to be held with both hands, to be used as both a shield and a weapon, but she's never been one to do things in a conventional way. Excuse me. She takes to the air, and following a perfect arc, she slashes through the... Was my stomach just growling there? She takes to the air, and following a perfect arc, she slashes through the enemy troll's poorly crafted leather chest plate. Okay, so already we get to some text, and unlike the lit RPGs I've dealt with so far, the actual text is bold and red. And it's got the exclamation point. So I need to come up with a voice for the actual interface. And I'm thinking, I think we came up with something before. Oh, the Killer Instinct voice. Minus 15 HP. That's not quite there because the only Killer Instinct I remember is the old one. You know, the first one. So the voice was all like squashed for insta kill and critical hit. Should I do it for the hit points too though? Minus 15 HP. Just go normal for the minus 15 HP. Okay. Minus 15 HP. Uh-oh. Do we have something on? That's something slowing me down here. Maybe it's mirror. Oh, yeah. Minus 15 HP. She botches the landing, still not used to her Buster Sword's weight, and cartwheels to the right. A fiery explosion suddenly flings the mountain troll backwards. Minus 5 HP. Glancing over her shoulder, Tamana watches Ryuk load another black marble into his magic slingshot. He pulls back and lets go. A blast at the troll's hairy feet produces a cloud of dust and a scattering of debris. Alright, so here goes Ryuk. A lot of hit points. It would be maddening. Okay. Alright. I gotta scroll. Just go normal because there's a lot. Okay. Read the HP fast. 15 HP. Like that? Minus 15 HP. Minus 15 HP. Minus 15 HP. Like that, maybe? Oh. Oops. Oopsie. Does this not work? There we go. Yeah, Ryuk. That's his name. It is like from Death Note, yeah. Okay, so you want me to go fast with those? Okay, let's see. By the way, are you guys hearing that when I replay something? Are you hearing it through the actual? Are you hearing it through the stream, or are you hearing it through my headphones through the microphone? Minus 5 HP. Quick. Get rid of that little tiny sound there. Through your headphones. Damn. I thought... Am I still having... There's still a delay. Why? Something's delaying me here, guys. There's something slowing me down. Oh, here it is. Get rid of that, too. There we go. No more delay. There we go. Okay. Tamana watches Ryuk load another black marble into his magic slingshot. There we go. Okay, so Ryuk's voice. Oh, cool. What's up, Noosis? By the way, guys, if you're just coming in, remember you can request a free audiobook. This is a Wednesday show. We've already given away one, so there's 4 left. 1, 2, 3, 4 left. And I'm giving away copies of the Feedback Loop today, so go ahead and request them in the chat if you want one. Okay, so Ryuk. I'm trying to remember how I did it from the last stream. I'm trying to I think I want to go for like a stereotypical Japanese protagonist. Like, you know, teenage kid protagonist. Like what you would hear from you know, the dubbing. Let me see what I can do here. Both hands on the sword! Both hands on the sword! Sounds kind of like, I think that's Jason from Delvers. Both hands on the sword! Ryuk shouts to her for the 3rd time that afternoon. He pops off another black marble at the feet of the troll, causing more dust to obscure the air. Range isn't an issue with his magic slingshot. It propels the marbles with magic, not elastic, and it self-adjusts for range. This is a good thing, as Ryuk is utterly terrible with his new avatar. Tamana is by his side moments later, the strands of her long white hair beating in the wind. Okay, so we got Tamana here, and we're gonna go for kind of stereotypical anime girl sound. My attack looked cool though, right? She asks. He has to smile at this. You chose a much stronger avatar than I did, he reminds her. She winks at him. You always were up for a challenge. That's not quite right. Why am I even adjusting it? You always were. You always were. You always were up for a challenge. How does that sound? Where is my cursor? I want to make sure I'm up to date with this chat. Just like my Japanese animes. Oh, nope. Real quick picture of Anderson Silva kicking a dude in the face. Okay. They lock eyes for a moment longer than necessary. A smaller troll, likely the bigger troll's wench, flanks the two. Grimy dreadlocks cover her face, and yellow man-bone jewelry clinks around her neck. She pauses, grunts, and charges. Ryuk loses his footing and muffs his next shot. The marble explodes, and a nearby bush bursts into flame. Still holding her weapon incorrectly, Tamana sideswipes her iron... Still holding her weapon incorrectly, Tamana sideswipes her ironing board of a sword. Still holding her weapon incorrectly, Tamana sideswipes her ironing board of a sword and at the she-troll. Still holding her weapon incorrectly, Tamana sideswipes her ironing board of a sword at the she-troll and manages to cut the oh man. This is a rough sentence. Still holding her weapon incorrectly, Tamana sideswipes her ironing board of a sword at the she-troll and manages to cut the wench's hairy arm clean off at the elbow. The she-troll shrieks as her black blood jets into the air. Minus 39 HP. Critical hit. The dust clears. Okay, so this is a troll. Troll time. Oh, see, now I gotta... It sucks having to look at the chat this way. A knee maze? Annie maze. Maze with a knee maze. Ark, are you asking for a book? Is that what's going on? Oh, Noosus wants one. Oh, yeah, Killer Instinct hit. Killer Instinct voice. Alright. Minus Critical hit. All right, I need a different I need a different track for that. Something at the bottom here. What's set up now? All right, so we got a human droid, a phone, and I'll just use the Reaper one for now. Critical hit. It still sounds too clean for Killer Instinct. Critical hit. Critical hit. Critical hit. Minus 39 HP. Critical hit. That's the Reaper sound, Harmon. Does that even seem minus 39 HP. Critical hit. Drop it like it's hot. You mean you want it lower? Add some delay and some bass. Delay and bass. Okay, let's see. We'll go with, that's a little too much. Maybe negative 35. Get some reverb on that. Nope. There we go. And some extra bass. Let's go negative 30 on that. Oh, no. Critical hit. How did that sound? You won't be able to hear the bass. An octave would be ill. Okay, let's see. Unfortunately, I can't record with the octave on. But I can still show it to you real quick. Where is it? Waves. Oh no, why is it all the way over there? Oh god damn it, are you serious? Well, now where did it go? What? What is going on? There it is. Oh, son of a... Sorry, guys. This is silly. What? Where did it go? Why are my effects all over the place? Here we go. Okay. I found it. Let's try again. Is it even on? Okay. Unison. Octave. There we go. That's an octave up, I think, though. 39 HP. And it didn't show up still. Should be an octave. Oh. I can't get it. It's not working for some reason. Ultra pitch, full reset. That doesn't make sense. Chipmunk. We don't want chipmunk. Let's see what this sounds like. Nope. Nope. Maybe I just have the wrong effect. Alright, let's go with this one. Nope. There we go. It's not showing up. As far as I know. Oh, because it's off. There we go. Is that even... Can you even tell what that sounds like? Oh shit, my chat's gone. DJ, screw it. Here we go. All right. Where's my cursor? Where's my cursor? I'm getting confused. I'm juggling too many things. All right, so I can't actually record with that on, or it'll delay my recording. But I think I like that. It's getting a little hot in here. Let me open up a little. Critical hit. And I think I'll just copy and paste that instead of doing it every time. There we go. That's good enough. All right, let's minimize that. The dust clears. Okay, now I gotta do a troll voice here. Duka Duchaka! Maddened with rage, the savage male troll charges, and the two with his fists? What? Maddened with rage, the savage male troll charges at the two with his fists held high over his head. It's a little too close. There we go. I've got this! Ryuk procures a clear marble from the pocket on his belt, pulls back, and looses it. What the... The male troll freezes in place, his chiseled arms still held over his head. Ryuk glances... Crap. Let's get rid of this thing. Ryuk glances back to Tamana to find that she's also fixed in place, her tremendous sword held awkwardly in the ready enough position at her side. Turning to the... What? Her sword, okay, at her side. No, you can't go away. Turning to the dying female troll, he gasps once he's... Turning to the dying female troll, he gasps once he sees that the blood spraying from her arm is pixelated. It too frozen in midair. Oh, okay, I did that right. From the grass that was moments ago blowing in the wind, to a bead of sweat on the side of Tamana's face. Damn. From the grass that was moments ago blowing in the wind, to a bead of sweat on the side of Tamana's face, everything around him is completely stationary. But I can still move, he thinks, as he squeezes the handle of his slingshot. Not knowing how long he has until time returns to its normal pace, Ryuk moves to the side of the alpha troll, takes a few steps back just to give himself some distance, reaches for a black marble, and... Time blazes ahead, and the troll turns to him. Taken off guard, Ryuk is seconds from being clobbered when the tip of Tamana's buster sword pierces the creature's chest, splashing oily black ichor. Splashing oily black ichor onto Ryuk's face. Insta-kill! I love that. Okay. You know what I want to do? I want to go back to everything around him is completely stationary. I want to slow that part down a little. Let's give a little space here. Whoa, that's the phone. We don't want the phone. Let's kill that. This needs to be negative 35, negative 40. All right. But I can still move. What is up with the delay? I think that delay is set, yeah, to 1. Okay. I'll set it to 3. That's a little too intense. What is going on here? The feedback is at 40, no wonder. But I can still move. Go to 15. But I can still move. Okay, that's good. All right, and yeah, he thinks as he squeezes the handle of his slingshot. Not knowing how long he has until time returns to its normal pace, Ryuk moves to the side of the Alpha Troll, takes a few steps back just to give himself some distance, reaches for a black marble, and time blazes ahead, and the troll turns to him. There we go. Just a little more drama there. Time blazes ahead, and the troll turns to him. Taken off guard, Ryuk is seconds from being clobbered when the tip of Tamana's Buster Sword pierces the creature's chest. Okay. Need to what? I guess I don't need the notes, except once in a while. So I'm going to try and monitor the chat up here. This is what I usually do. So, there we go. I'm going to review what you guys have been saying. Sorry, it's going to take a second. Yeah, Mitherficker's t-shirt. Go to harmoncooper.com to buy one of your own. Okay. All right, now I can watch from here, so it's much better. I won't have to keep peeking back to the streaming thing. All right, insta-kill. The troll slumps forward, and Tamana kicks his corpse off her Buster Sword. She keeps the troll's blood on the blade as she turns to his smaller counterpart. One clean swipe, and she finishes off the she-troll, too. Minus 17 HP. They are each awarded experience points, and the guild coffers increase by about 100 rupees. With a flick of his wrist, Ryuk checks their stats and swipes them away. Ryuk Matsuzaki, Level 2 Ballistics Mage. HP, 87 out of 115. I'm going to say hit points the first time. Hit points? No, you guys know what HP is. You guys are hilarious. Okay. Attack, 40. Defense, 5. Magic attack, 51. Magic defense, 18. Luck, 3. Tamana, Tamana Nakamura, Level 2, White Warrior. Level 2, White Warrior. HP, 85 out of 138. Mana, 68 out of 79. Attack, 52. Defense, 19. Magic attack, 12. Magic defense, 38. Luck, 3.
That was crazy.
Hmm.
That was crazy.
There we go. Tamana wipes the digital sweat from her forehead. She stabs her bloodied sword into the soil, something she's grown fond of doing since taking her new avatar. Glittery magic spirals around her hands as she... Glittery magic spirals around her hands as she lifts her arms into the air. A halo takes shape over her crown, and a cloud forms over the two. Iridescent snowflakes gently settle onto their heads and shoulders. Plus 45 HP. Okay.
What did you do back there?
She asks after they've healed up.
How did you freeze time? That's like a level 30 spell or something.
Ryuk shows her one of his clear marbles. It's these clear marbles. Like I told you, they're wild cards.
You should have used more of those when we were leveling up earlier.
She shoots him one of her knowing smiles that he's grown fond of over the years. He shrugs her off. I wanted to play it safe. I knew the black marbles were explosive, and they seemed the way to go. He returns the clear marble to the pocket on his belt. That was definitely cooler than I thought it would be. Next time, I'll, do something a bit more productive when time freezes. The question he wants to ask is on the tip of his tongue. He holds it there, decides to go for it, decides against it. Tamana and Ryuk had been gaming together for years. Ryuk wants something more, and sometimes he thinks that Tamana does too. One of the main reasons he'd agreed to re-roll, to become a resetter and start the game with a new avatar, was to show her how committed he was to her. Now he needed to say something about it. Tamana's smile fades as the thought of real-world responsibilities spreads across her face.
I really need to log out now and take care of some homework. I keep pushing it off.
Shit. He kicks a piece of rubble away. Same here. But not homework. Family. Did you guys see that, it's like a little tiny fountainy squirt of saliva? That was fascinating. It's like a perfect arc. Family.
You're meeting your brother today?
Later today. Her eyes fill with concern.
Be careful, Ryuk.
You do the same. Car. Boo, New Hampshire. Go chug some maple syrup. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, I see. Oh, cool. Okay, where are we at?
My homework isn't that dangerous.
With a laugh, she lifts... Where? What? What happened to her? Oh. I just accidentally hit it twice.
My homework isn't that dangerous.
With a laugh, she lifts her hand and the log-out button appears, rimmed in glimmering gold.
See you soon.
Wait!
Yes?
Ryuk pinches the bridge of his nose for a second, realizes he's acting oddly, and looks up at her, away, and back again.
What is it?
He swallows hard. Do you want to go get... Damn it. Do you want to get dinner with me tomorrow night? I'd really like that. She shrugs him off.
Tomorrow night? Yeah, that'll work. Same place? I love the miso ramen there.
Tamana cocks her head at him.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Damn it, Ryuk thinks. Don't be awkward. I mean, okay, how about I just come out and say it? Would that help?
You don't like ramen?
She laughs.
I knew it. You never finish your bowl.
Not that. Ryuk wipes his hands on his pants legs. Oops, pants legs. Ryuk wipes his hands on his pant legs. Crap, not her. Okay, here it is. I wanted to know if you'd like to go to a nicer place. Someplace more romantic.
More romantic?
Oh, crap.
More romantic?
Tamana turns away from him. Yes, like one of those Italian restaurants in Ginza, or... He thinks as his face fills with blood. Tokyo Sky Street. Tokyo Sky Tree. Yes, we could have dinner there. Tamana gives him a curious look.
Are you asking me out on a date?
No! Ryuk shuffles his feet. I mean, not exactly. Yes, exactly. Yes. Sure, let's call it a date. What do you say? She gives him a warm smile.
Let's talk about it later. Bye, Ryuk.
With that, she presses the logout button and her avatar dematerializes. Oh my god, I love that. I love that scene. It's so awkward and fun. Yeah. Alright. So that's the end of the prologue. Let's rename this prologue. There we go. And new. Alright, so, by the way, guys, okay, so that was the prologue. I'm going to keep going. And if you're just now showing up, remember that I'm giving away audiobooks today, Feedback Loop. So, if you want a free copy of the Feedback Loop, comment in the chat below, in this chat here, the Twitch chat. If you're not watching through Twitch, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, come on over to the twitch.tv/soundbooththeater channel, follow me there, and then get in the chat and request one. I got 3 left. I think I've had 2 requests so far. Let me see. Excuse me. I'll have to look through. But I'm pretty sure we've only had 2 real requests for Feedback Loop. So, if you want one, come out and say something. Let me open this up a little. Alright, so next is Chapter 6, called Brotherly Love. And let's see what my notes are for it. Oops. Alright, theme. Okay, so we're going to meet Kodai and Sarah the Aussie. Kodai, a bit lower, anime bad guy voice. Team Rocket, he's a serious asshole. Should have a cocky voice. Okay, that sounds easy. And who else was it? The Aussie, right? Where'd she go? Sarah? Australian woman. She is Kodai's love interest, and they have a pretty ficked up relationship. And spoiler. Alright, so I can do Australian, but not that great at it. I did just get a new accent help thingy to help me with Australian, so I'll be listening to that and brushing up on my Australian accent this weekend before I get started on this book, but I'll go ahead and give it a shot here. Oh, and also, if you're just joining, go get your Mitherfickers t-shirt from HarmonCooper.com. And Fantasy Online Hyperborea is coming out Friday, 2 days from now. So, I mean, like, and you can, I don't know. Are you releasing it at midnight or something? I don't know how Kindle releases work. I think that you have more control over it though than you do with Audible. Oh no. I need some water real quick, guys. I'll be right back. Is it James? The Team Rocket guy? Blue-haired Team Rocket guy? James? What's up, Hardcore Holly? I like how you're showing him your duck butt. That's pretty cool. Chapter 6. Brotherly Love. Dim red lights give the place an otherworldly feel. Everything is a shade of maroon, from the long feather. Everything is a shade of maroon, from the long leather sofas to the black tables, lit by a single tea candle floating in blood-red liquid. The column that runs in the center of the room, decorated with tiny square mirror tiles, casts reflections onto the flashy outfit. Woo. Tongue twister. The column that runs in the center of the room, decorated with tiny square mirror tiles, casts reflections onto the The column that runs in the center of the room, decorated with tiny square mirror tiles, casts reflections onto the flashy outfit of the God damn it. The column that runs in the center of the room, decorated with tiny square mirror tiles, casts reflections onto the The column that runs in the center of the room, decorated with tiny square mirror tiles, casts reflections onto the flashy... Oh my god, why am I having so much trouble with this? The column that runs in the center of the room, decorated with tiny square mirror tiles, casts reflections onto the flashy outfit of the Gaijin hostess, who sits before Kodai and anxiously pours him his second glass of whiskey. Yes. I got it! The malt whiskey from Nika is made exclusively for his club, produced by the single barrel, and ordered a bottle at a time due to the astronomical price. Oh. Okay. I messed that up. Damn it. Okay, is this a real whiskey? Hold on, let me see. I have Japanese whiskey, and it's delicious. Bam! Nika! I fucking have it. I fucking have it. I'm gonna drink some. I love this shit. For real. We'll set the mood for the scene. Ah! Ah! Can you not see it? Did you not see the... It seriously is Nika. I don't know if you can. Let me see. There we go. Bam. Do not forget to swallow. Yeah, this stuff is expensive. It's like, this was like a $65 bottle, so. Ah, yummy. Okay. Where am I? The malt whiskey from Nika is made exclusively for his club, produced by the single barrel, and ordered a bottle at a time due to the astronomical price. It is the only spirit he drinks. And you let it dribble out kind of hot. Everything is going to plan, Kodai reminds himself, and it is a glorious plan indeed. How's that? Is that James enough? Team Rocket enough? Okay, Australian.
What are you thinking about?
Okay, so that's Cockney. I can do it aggressive. We'll get to it. What? It's kind of hard to like doing the Cockney so often lately. It's like I want to keep doing it that way, and I keep hearing it that way in my head, but that's not.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
Sarah asks. Is that right? Is that right?
What are you thinking about?
You're Japanese. It has improved. What? Oh. You're Japanese. It has improved. Not quite. That's a little too... You're Japanese. You're Japanese. It has improved. Kodai. There we go. Where'd it go? Kodai tells the Australian woman, Sarah, who customers call Sierra. The young mob boss tosses his oshibori on the table. It is the second hot towel he has cleaned his hands with in the last 30 minutes, and if he has to wait any longer for Ryuk, there will be a third. What? Sarah carefully finishes pouring his drink and returns her hands to her lap. Oh man, you want me to speak Japanese in an Australian accent? Oh, Jesus.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu.
How do I do that with an Australian accent? Oh man.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou. Gato. Arigatou gozaimasu.
There we go.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
She says with a full bow of her head. You should be more relaxed around me, he tells her He tells her coldly, I am your employer, after all.
I understand.
Sarah scoots closer to Kodai. You are not really my type, he states in perfect idiomatic Fuck me. he states in perfect idiomatic American English. When I lived in New York, girls like you were a dime a dozen. She bats her eyelashes at him.
Americans still use coins?
That's Cockney.
Americans still use coins? Americans still use coins? Coins? Americans still use coins? Use. Americans still.
Do they drop the L?
Americans still use coins? Still use coins?
Oh my god.
Americans still use coins? Americans still use coins?
That's about as close as I'm going to get right now. Kodai remembers now why he told the manager to hire her. Sarah was witty, and for the crown prince of a fairly large criminal empire, wit was something he didn't often encounter. Still, it irked him when she spoke out of line.
Is something wrong, Kodai-san?
He sips his whiskey and enjoys the way it warms the back of his throat. Finally, he asks, How have the other girls been? Anything out of the ordinary? Her eyes dart left and right.
No, Kodai. Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Of course not.
He switches back to English. If you ever see anything or hear anything, I expect you to tell me. This is one of 10 hostess bars that my father owned. It is the most successful, and I plan to keep it that way. It's also close to my home.
You got it.
Good. He looks at her fondly, and she offers him a rare smile. Sarah, have you gained weight? Her smile falters.
Not that I know of.
I think you've gained at least half a kilo since the last time I saw you. He pinches at her waist. There is nothing really to pinch. She squirms, and he pinches her even harder.
Please, Kodai.
She tries to keep what's left of the smile on her face.
Please.
You should be more careful. You should be more careful, Kodai grits. A bell rings, and the women at the other tables stand. Only then does Kodai let go. Sarah slides her ass out of the booth as quickly as she can manage. She adjusts her turquoise bra, smooths her hand over the pink pinch mark, and bows to him yet again. Look better next time, he tells her. Sarah apologizes and moves to the next table. He told me a 19-year-old Japanese woman approaches his table.
Hello, Kodai-san,
she says with a long, drawn-out bow. She says with a long, drawn-out bow to cover her hesitation.
Your brother is here.
It's about time, he says in English. Kodai takes another sip from his whiskey and savors the smoky taste. Send him over. Send him over. Okay. So is this as far as you wanted me to go? I think that you said the first break here. Where was that? Yeah, first chapter marker. So, there's Kodai. I'm going to try something a little more aggressive. Why are you late? 1 hour and 32 minutes late, to be exact. Playing your stupid games again? Don't be such a little bitch, Ryuk. I was just joking with you. I'm not going to hit you. The hour you left me waiting gave me time to see how the business was running and to check on a few things over iNet. Water under the bridge, as they say in America. Hey, are you paying attention to me? Alright, so next is Chapter 8. Natty Dread. The growl? The growl in his voice? Let me go back. Okay. Come on now. Respond to me. There we go. Chapter 8. Alright, so Hiccup and Feetwix. Alright, Chapter 8. Feetwix, Ryuk, and Hiccup play a dangerous game hosted by an ink shadow. There's also a battle scene in this chapter. And that he says that twice. Longer chapter, but we'll need to hear a battle scene, and this chapter is pretty funny. So, Ink Shadow, Feetwix, Ryuk, and Hiccup the Goblin. I can't wait for Ink Shadow, because I'm pretty good at let's see. Let me look at the directions here he gives me. Ow. So, Feetwix, a handsome Swede, should have a handsome-sounding voice. European, shouldn't have a strong accent. He is very keen on advertising to the people that watch his feed. I imagine him doing this very quickly and increasing the speed of his voice when he does. He does a ton of ad reads. Okay. And obviously Hiccup, this one will be difficult. Do not choose something that is hard on your throat because he speaks a lot. He is a chatty asshole. Also, he is borderline annoying, so his voice shouldn't be too grinding. Not a low voice, not a Brit accent. Okay. And then we have Ink Shadow. I imagine him as the voice of Oogie Boogie Man from Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh my god, I can't wait. I'm gonna do the best I can. You're joking! I'm the Oogie Boogie Man. Oh, wait. Oh, by the way, y'all. This is another chapter, so I like to take these breaks, take the opportunity in these breaks to tell you guys I am giving away audiobooks. I'm giving away the Feedback Loop, Book 1. Books 2 and 3 are going to be out sometime soon, like in the next day, 2, maybe 3 days. We'll see. Audible kind of takes their time doing it. But Book 1, I'm giving away for free. So anyone who's watching from YouTube or from Facebook, if you want to come to the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/soundbooththeater, and follow me here, and then get in the chat, request an audiobook, and let's see, I think I have 3 left. I think I have 3 left that I'm giving away today. So if you want one, say something in the chat, and I'll put your name down. Cheers. Excuse me. Arc Darkwind, you got it. Jay Taylor, right? That's who Arc Darkwind is. I did swallow. Okay. Feetwix. Looking at his name and thinking about your description, your description just kind of reminds me of, what's his name? PewDiePie. So I might try and do a PewDiePie impression. I don't know. Chapter 18. Natty Dread. Yes! Yes! I knew it! I knew it. PewDiePie. You know what? If you guys, did you actually believe that bullshit that they reported about him, about the anti-Semitism? Because that is fucking bullshit. If you do any research in him whatsoever, you would see that all the stupid shit that the who was it? The New York Times. Who was it that reported that shit? Fucking assholes. They were basically anti-Nazi jokes, and they quoted him as if they were Nazi, as if they were acting like, as if he was supporting Nazism. Fucking, the mainstream media is out of control. You know why they did that? Because they're sick of YouTubers getting more coverage than they do. Getting more viewers and subscribers. PewDiePie has more reach. Whoever that magazine was, whoever that newspaper was, I can't remember who it was. It's pretty hilarious though, the lows they will stoop to. Anyone who does any kind of research would know he's not a fucking Nazi. Idiots. Sorry. Just had to get that out there. I don't watch his stuff either. I don't particularly like him, but he's not a fucking Nazi. He's not a fucking Nazi. Okay. The cathedral door silently swings open, and a breeze whips out of the cavernous interior, bringing with it the scent of arsenic and old lace. The ink shadow sinks into the earth and reappears in front of the open doorway. "Shall we begin?" he asks in a syrupy voice. A mirror appears in Feetwix's hand as he leads the way. He quickly updates his audience about his current decision-making process as Ryuk hangs back. Hiccup is a spiky ball of angsty nerves, equally pissed off at the ink shadow and spooked by the... Equally pissed off at the ink shadow and spooked by the abandoned cathedral. Alright, so here goes Hiccup.
There could be ghosts in there, he grumbles. And boy, do I fickin' hate ghosts.
So what if there are? We can battle them, no problem, Ryuk assures him.
Easy for you to say. Mr. Big Resetter, who's been to all 3 continents, isn't... Mr. Big Resetter, who's been to all 3 continents and has vanquished enemies big and small. Mr. Big Balls over here thinks he's got a 3rd leg up on the supernatural. Must be nice. Must be nice to be so confident about the unknown.
How's that? The mention of his previous travels calls to mind The mention of his previous travels calls to mind a vision of Tamana, back when she was level 9... Where'd he go? Back when she was a level 96 white mystic. Ryuk had been on the brink of death so many times, only to see Tamana cover it. Ryuk had been on the brink of death so many times, only to see Tamana... Why do I want to put a C there? Ryuk had been on the brink of death so many times, only to see Tamana hovering over him, her hands radiant white. Damn it. Her hands radiant white as she healed him, as she saved him. Something he couldn't do for her. He suddenly feels cold. He suddenly feels helpless and useless and empty, as if Tamana's death also took part of his life. He pushes the memory away as he enters the derelict cathedral. The pews inside the cathedral have been arranged in a circular pattern, facing inward, and the stained glass depiction of a famous Tritanian deity who oversees all 3 floating continents is the only source of illumination in the darkened former house of worship.
Now, where is it?
The ink shadow scratches the place where his chin should be for a moment.
That's right!
The ground shakes, and the wooden floor of the cathedral gives way as a vertically positioned... Fucking shit. The ground shakes, and the wooden floor of the cathedral gives way as a vertically positioned disc the size of a monster truck tire rises from the ground. Its outer edge is marked in a repeating pattern of different images. A death's head, question mark, broken leg bone, crossed swords, and spin again.
Natty Dread?
Hiccup shakes his fist at the ink shadow.
You got some fickin' nerve challenging me to a game of Natty Dread!
The ink shadow... Did I clip there?
You got some fickin' nerve challenging me to a game of Natty Dread.
Nope. No clip. All good. The ink shadow seems genuinely hurt.
It was that or Buffalo Soldier, and I figured this would be more to your taste.
Not quite.
It was that or Buffalo Soldier, and I figured this would be more to your taste.
Feetwix scoots up next to Ryuk. Let's see. Am I missing something here? What exactly is Natty Dread? It's a game that originated in the city of Naklin on the continent of Polinia. You roll dice, and if you get an odd number, you spin the Wheel of Dread. If you get an even number, you're good to go. No spin necessary. A vertically positioned fucking shit? What are you talking about?
Sing-songy as I like.
And let me guess. Each item on the Wheel of Dread is trouble in some way? And let me guess. Each item on the Wheel of Dread is trouble in some way? Ryuk nods. If you land on a death's head, you die instantly. If everyone dies, the game is over and we respawn back at our guild. Feetwix checks out the Wheel of Dread for a moment. And the question mark? This is about the only good thing on the wheel. The question mark allows us to ask one question, which the Ink Shadow must answer truthfully. The Ink Shadow crosses his heart.
On my mother's grave, I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me, Empress. To assure my veracity during the questioning phase, I'm temporarily given access to everything the Sage of Gotham knows. Everything.
And the broken bone? Feetwix asks Ryuk. If you land on the bone, you permanently lose a limb.
This is just bloody fickin' great,
Hiccup laments.
My cousin, Spew Gorge, lost his chalupa in a game of Natty Dread. Talk about unexpected bone loss.
The Ink Shadow considers this for a moment.
Well, the baculum is a bone, although not precisely a bone like any other bone. I suppose in the spirit of good sportsmanship, I could leave your taquito alone.
Taquito.
Chalupa! And you promise not to touch it?
Hiccup protectively cups his hands over his groin.
You have my word, and to be frank with you, I avoid the touching of goblin churros whenever possible.
Chalupa!
Not. You can use mine.
Oops. The Ink Shadow presents 3 8-sided black onyx dice with numerals inlaid in gold.
Do we look like we're fickin' spawned yesterday?
Hiccup scoffs. Oh, he scoffed. Hold on.
Do we look like we were fickin' spawned yesterday?
I'm having a good time not opening my mouth all the way with Hiccup. I have these. Feetwix flips his hand over, and 3 oversized dice of solid gold with diamonds inlaid as the spots appear in his palm. The Ink Shadow's form wavers.
Good! You'll each get 2 rolls. If any of you survive 2 rounds, then you may kill me and reap in the rewards for the entire guild.
Hiccup holds his hand out to Feetwix. Give me
the dice. I'm going first.
The goblin cups his hands and rattles the dice hard enough to shake the inlaid gems loose, blows on them, hops from foot to foot as he rattles them again, whispers,
Daddy needs a new pair of shoes,
and lets loose the dice. They quickly settle on the old cathedral floor. 6, 2, 4. Oh, you guys.
An even number!
Hiccup bounces to his feet, pumps his fist in the air, and clumsily does a few airboxing moves.
Let me go again!
Not so fast, the Ink Shadow objects. We will circle around, and then you can go again.
That's not how Natty Dread is played!
Oops. He needs to go here. Hiccup equips a tomahawk and shakes it at the Ink Shadow.
If a player gets an even number on his first roll, he's allowed to make his second. Everybody in Tritania knows that.
The Ink Shadow sighs.
Very well. If you wish to play double-ups, then double-ups is what we'll play. Roll again.
That's what I fickin' thought.
Hiccup scoops up the dice and repeats his pre-roll shenanigans. This time, he blows on the dice a final time before he tosses them. As they settle, a look of horror spreads across the goblin's face. 2, 5, 2.
9!
Chortles.
9! The Ink Shadow chortles. Time to spin the wheel of dread, goblin friend.
Damn.
Ha ha! Time to spin the wheel of dread, goblin friend.
Son of a fickin' warlock!
Hiccup says as he approaches the wheel. Who's saying no? You guys are distracting me. Okay. Just get it over with. Just get it over with. Twix tells him, so we can take our turns. Hiccup swallows hard as he approaches the disc. He moves it up and down a little bit just to judge its weight, sucks in a deep breath, and finally gives it his best spin. The series of items blur past a red pointer that marks the top spot, the stop spot. Excuse me. Not the chalupa. Hashtag not the chalupa. I like that. I need to get some air. There's a lot of energy in this chapter, so it gets hot in here quick.
Son of a fickin' warlock!
The series of items blur past a red pointer that marks the stop spot. They become more distinct as the disc slows, and just as it looks like the red arrow is going to land on question mark, it skips over and lands on the image of a bone. Hiccup draws his axe and his small shield.
You want a bone, huh? Come and take it.
The Ink Shadow suddenly fills the cathedral all the way up to the rafters.
By agreeing to this game,
he announces in a deep and booming voice,
you have entered into a legally binding magical contract with me. You of all people should have known this, goblin.
Me and my friends never played with no magical contracts.
I'm not your friend,
the Ink Shadow chaffs. What the fuck does chaff mean in this context? I'm gonna search that shit. Tease. Okay. No! Okay. I gotta find my place again. The problem with using Mobis that are not connected to Amazon is that it doesn't ever save your spot. So if you ever go anywhere, it will... Oh, and I can't use the... Wow, I can't use the zoom out function either. That sucks. With that, Hiccup's right arm completely disappears. No blood, no violence, no nothing. It's gone as if it never existed. Hiccup cries out and pats the place where his arm used to be. Hiccup cries out and pats the place where his arm used to be.
Fick! He fickin' took it! You ficker! And that was my favorite wanking arm!
Feetwix and Ryuk both make the ew face at this revelation. Hiccup slumps his shoulders, drops his chin to his chest, and shuffles over to one of the pews. He lies on his back, his blank and staring gaze focused on nothing as he puts his remaining hand on the spot where his arm used to be. Feetwix makes a few steps back. Feetwix takes a few steps back and crouches beside him. As he speaks to the de-armed goblin, Ryuk picks up the dice. Let's get this over with. The ink shadow diminishes. The ink shadow diminishes to its former size.
Remember.
Crap. No.
Remember. Remember, the three of you have to survive. That's all. Losing a limb isn't as bad as it seems.
Like thick it isn't!
Moans.
Like thick it isn't!
Hiccup moans. Ryuk rolls 3 dice. Ryuk rolls the 3 dice. 3, 3, 3.
I win again!
The ink shadow does a brief but tasteful end zone celebratory dance. The ink shadow does a brief but tasteful end zone celebratory dance. Celebratory. Is it celebratory or celebratory? The ink shadow does a brief but tasteful end zone celebratory dance.
Looks like you are on the path to losing, commoner.
Ryuk curses under his breath as he moves over to the disc. He places both hands on it and gives it the type of spin that would definitely give him an edge in the showcase showdowns of the past. The wheel of dread spins and spins and shows no sign of slowing down for a good 10 seconds. Eventually, digital gravity takes hold and the wheel begins to slow. The red arrow just barely passes the peg separating the skull and the question mark, where it settles. The ink shadow sulks for a moment.
All right,
he finally mumbles.
What's your question?
Oh, okay, so this is a part... this is a part where they're talking to each other in like a group chat kind of thing. Ryuk. I'm going to ask him about killer NPCs. He must know something. Feetwix. Good idea. Okay, Ryuk says. I have one question that I think you may be able to answer.
Go on.
Recently, NPCs have begun attacking people in the real world over their iNet. Damn it. NPCs have begun attacking people in the real world over their iNet feeds. What do you know about this? The ink shadow recoils. The temperature inside the cathedral drops, and what's left of the stainless glass windows vibrate and rattle. Suddenly, whole sections break free and whirl around the circle of pews before they shatter on the floor. For the briefest fraction of a second, Ryuk glimpses a robed figure. Ryuk glimpses a robed figure outside the cathedral, its form outlined in green magic. He blinks, and the form is gone. The ink shadow appears behind Ryuk and whispers in his ear,
There are larger forces in play here. You'll know the answer to your question soon enough.
He reappears next to the spinning disc as if nothing has happened. Even as the windows rattle and the ground shakes, he invites Feetwix to roll the die.
Your turn, Berserker!
That's not an answer! Ryuk protests. sub-vocalizes.
That's the best I'm allowed to give you.
The ink shadow sub-vocalizes. Then, in a louder voice, says,
You! Overcoat! Your turn!
As soon as the Swede scoops up the dice, everything reverts to its pre-question state. Feetwix rolls the dice between his palms and casts them at his feet. 3, 2, 5. Excuse me. 10! An even number! Double ups, he says, using the word hiccup used earlier to roll again. This time, he blows on the die a few times before letting them go. 5, 1, 1.
Seven!
The ink shadow's form lifts into the air and settles.
Ready to roll the wheel of dread?
Feetwix is quiet for a moment as he reads through some messages from his followers.
Well?
Asks the ink shadow, his form starting to grow again. Feetwix. They're telling me to just barely give it a tap and hit the question mark again. Ryuk. Worth a shot. The popular gamer steps up to the disc and gives it the daintiest of spins. It barely makes one revolution, almost stops on a question mark, but at the very last second, ticks over onto the crossed swords.
A battle!
That's too loud.
A battle!
There we go. The ink shadow is beside itself with excitement.
Good luck!
Okay. And Harmon, you wanted me to read this entire chapter, right? Because, yeah, this is where the battle starts. By the way, guys, if you're just tuning in, if you're on Facebook or if you're on YouTube, come on over to the twitch.tv/soundbooththeater channel and follow me on Twitch and then start chatting away with us because I'm giving away free audiobooks. I think I've given away 3 more, so there's 2 more left. So if you want one of them, I'm giving away The Feedback Loop, Book 1, or if you already have that and you're already a huge fan, you can request Book 2, which will be out in the next few days, sometime in the next few days. I don't know. Audible takes a while, and they're kind of random. But come on in, request one, I'll take your name down, and I'll get you a free one once it comes out. So, anyway, I think that little bit deserves some whiskey. Man, it's one of my favorite whiskeys, to be honest. I'm usually a Scotch guy, single malt all the way, but there's just something. It's a lighter flavor, the Nika. Lighter, sandalwood is what I think of the flavor. There's lots of good Japanese whiskeys. Ooh.
I like playing the ink shadow. Oh, yeah. You're joking. You're joking.
It makes me want to look up the lyrics. I don't know the lyrics.
The Oogie Boogie Man.
Standing in the back of the abandoned cathedral is a female warrior with a bodybuilder's physique and improbably large cantilevered. Is it cantilevered or cantilevered? Lever, okay. I like how I stopped right before the important word there. Standing in the back of the abandoned cathedral is a female warrior with a bodybuilder's physique and improbably large cantilevered breasts. The mystic warrior's features are hidden by a death's head mask, her figure accentuated by a painted-on fantasy onesie. A sword appears in each of her hands. Painted-on onesie.
I can't believe my eyes.
Okay. A sword appears in each of her hands. A wave of iridescent light zips around the blade in her left hand. Her other blade bursts into flame as she makes ready. Blade Mistress. Blade Mistress. Level 10. HP, 150 out of 150. Mana, 35 out of 35 out of 35. Attack, 87. Magic attack, 89. Defense, 56. Magic defense, 48. Luck, 6. Feetwix springs into action with a firefighter's high-pressure water hose and blasts the sword mistress with a jet of gold-flecked water. His golden shower attack does little to douse the woman's flame sword, but it does leave her soaking wet and angry as a hive of hungover hornets. Yes! Oh man, so the crazy similes are back, and we don't even need we don't even need quantum to say them. Please be ice! Please be ice! With a mighty thwap, Ryuk zings a clear marble on its way, and the impact freezes their adversary inside a... Damn it. Ryuk zings a clear marble on its way, and the impact freezes their adversary inside a solid, clear blue mass. New skill learned. Skill. A simple request. Level 1. 1 in 7 chance of a request being granted. Caveat. Only works with a clear marble. Requirements. Luck greater than 2. A new skill! Ryuk would pat himself on the back if it weren't for the fact that a fissure in the ice. Ryuk would pat himself on the back if it weren't for the fact that a fissure in the ice has already began to form around the woman's fire sword. Feetwix sees his opening and springs... Damn it. Feetwix sees his opening and springboards off a pew into a flying ice pick attack. The blade mistress breaks a sword arm free, skewers him in mid-leap, and holds him like a butterfly on a... Lepidopterist? Lepidopterist, I guess that's a insect collector? A person who studies or collects butterflies and moths. Okay. And holds him like a butterfly on a lepidopterist's spike. Lepidopterists. Lepidopterists. The hard part is the apostrophe S. And holds him like a butterfly on a lepidopterist's spike. Ryuk loads 2 black marbles and 1 clear marble into his slingshot, cries, "Insta-kill!" and zings them on their way. Minus 23 HP. His simple request doesn't take, but the attack does force the iced-up sword mistress to toss... Damn it. But the attack does force the iced-up sword mistress to toss Feetwix aside with her fire sword still jutting from his body. She shrugs, flexes, and bursts out of her icy imprisonment. The luminescent sword comes up, and she turns to Ryuk, just in time to get another black marble right in the kisser. Minus 5 HP. She shakes it off. Why isn't it hurting her as badly? He looses 3 more. Oops, that's not supposed to happen. Minus 7 HP. What the hell? Insta-kill! Ryuk lets go with another clear marble in the hope that his new skill will take this time. The transparent messenger of uncertainty slams into the center of her chest, and a red web of energy tendrils blasts across her upper body. Enhance! Her muscles bulge, and her eyes flash red. She's in front of him in the blink of an eye, and he barely manages to avoid a slash from her sword. The marble backfired! The busty sword babe boots him in the head and sends him crashing through a pew. -11 HP! She follows him in and kicks the slingshot out of his grip. The tip of her sword dimples his throat. Her feral grin is all pointy teeth and raging bloodlust.
Frick you!
Out of nowhere, Hiccup blindsides the warrior and knocks the living empress out of her. Damn it. The living empress. Out of nowhere, Hiccup blindsides the warrior and knocks the living empress out of her. It's an epic snap, meat on meat, slab on slab. -35 HP. -35 HP. Once she's back on her feet, Hiccup is roundhouse kicked right in the chalupa for his troubles. God damn it. Once she's back on her feet, Hiccup is roundhouse kicked right in the... I can't do it. Once she's back on her feet, Hiccup is roundhouse kicked right in the... I can't... I'm smiling, so I can't say it. Once she's back on her feet, Hiccup is roundhouse kicked right in the chalupa for his troubles. He collapses in a one-armed, panting heap.
Fick me to tears,
he gasps as he beats the ground.
Yoy! That fickin' hurts!
Feetwix empties a health potion. Alright, I keep getting noises from the stool. There we go. Just had to put some cloth under it. I'm like mounting. Ugh! Not the chalupa. Oops, what happened here? Oh no! There we go. Feetwix empties a health potion and wipes his mouth on the back of the hand that isn't pointing his slice bang right at the warrior. 3 shots from the stabby shootin' iron sends the blade-wielding broad crashing into a pew. All right.
Insta-kill!
What happened there? Why is that happening? Some... Uh-oh. 3 shots from the stabby shootin' iron. Feetwix empties a health potion and wipes. Once she's back on her feet. Oh no! Roundhouse kicked right in the chalupa for his trouble. Out of nowhere, Hiccup blindsides the warrior and knocks. This sucks, guys. Boots him in the head and sends him crashing through a pew. -11 HP. She follows him in and kicks the slingshot out of his grip. The tip of her sword dimples his throat. Out of nowhere, Hiccup blindsides the warrior and knocks the living empress out of her. It's an epic snap, meat on meat, slab on slab. -35 HP. Once she's back on her feet, Hiccup is roundhouse kicked right at chalupa for his troubles. He collapses in a one-off. There's something wrong here.
Yoy! That fickin' hurts! Yoy! That fickin' hurts!
Feetwix empties a health potion and wipes his mouth on the back of the hand that isn't pointing his slice bang right at the warrior. 3 shots from the stabby shootin' I think it's okay now. I was just having playback issues. It wasn't the recording. Never mind. It's all good. All right. All right. Tritania's firearms penalty brings Feetwix to his knees, his form flashing red. He chugs yet another health potion and staggers to his feet, considers his life bar, tosses the bottle over his shoulder, and downs one more still. His eyes are his own... His eyes are his own now, and he looks shocked that she was able to skewer him. The ink shadow floats over the warrior's corpse, and as it descends, she fades and vanishes. Oh, okay, the ink shadow, duh.
Frickin' goddammit. Ah.
The game must go on. Are you ready for your final roll?
Not quite,
Are you ready for your final roll?
He cackles for a moment. It says cackle. That's not quite a cackle, is it? A cackle's got to be like more grating, right? Like it's just hard for me to picture this particular character cackling.
Are you ready for your final roll?
He cackles for a moment.
Sorry, this is just so much fun.
Ryuk snatches up the dice and turns them over in his hand. Let's get this over with. All right. One more chapter break here. How much is left in this chapter? I can't check how much is left in this chapter.
Well, it looks like you have to spin the wheel of dread again.
Ah, chuckles again.
Well, it looks like you have to spin the wheel of dread again.
The ink shadow chuckles. Ryuk glares down at what he just rolled, cursing under his breath. 1, 1, 1.
Cheating ficker! He's using magic!
Hiccup positions himself behind Ryuk, just in case his accusation generates any blowback from the ink shadow.
You're a dirty, filthy, lying, cheating, granny fickin' diarrhea stain!
Let's not jump to conclusions. Feetwix equips a small wooden horse with a mane of yellow yarn. He circles the wheel of dread and waves the miniature horse high and low, shakes his head and announces, "Nope! No magic in use. No magic in use. Nope! No magic in use."
Well, how the fick do you know?
Hiccup objects. "If there were magic in play, the mane would have stood up straight." The Swede waves the carved wooden steed in the air just to be sure. "Nope! Still nothing. Isn't it cool? A fan gave it to me after I announced that I'd be live streaming from Tritania." Hiccup Damn it.
God damn it.
Hiccup groans as Ryuk steps up to the Wheel of Misfortune.
Let's get this over with.
Ryuk takes a deep breath and gives it a hearty spin. Oh no, wait. This is Ryuk that's supposed to say that. Let's get this over with. Or was it supposed to be Hiccup that says that? I think that's supposed to be Hiccup, right? Oh, no, wait. Ryuk takes a deep breath and gives it a hearty spin. The images whirl and blur and come into focus as the wheel slows a bit more. and stops. On the question mark. +2 luck. It is Ryuk, okay. Let's get this over with. There we go. If the ink shadow is disappointed, he conceals it well.
I am an entity of my word, he begins. Ask me any question and I will answer with the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me, Empress.
V-Twix. Ask about the Shinigami. Find out why they took your friend. Ryuk. Her name is Tamana. And good call. Hiccup. Screw that. Ask about my arm and how the hell I'm supposed to get it back. V-Twix. We already discussed your arm. Trust me. I'll take care of it after this. Damn it. I'll take care of it after this. Ryuk steps forward, ignoring the fact that Hiccup is grumbling and kicking at the dust behind him.
Ask your question, and you shall receive an answer,
the ink shadow tells him. Why did the Shinigami build... Guild. Why did the Shinigami Guild kidnap the RPC Tamana? Why did the Shinigami Guild kidnap the RPC Tamana? The ink shadow's form trembles. A portion of the ceiling collapses inward. The support beams above moan and creak as the walls of the cathedral shake and vibrate. Dust and debris cloud the air as the entire structure starts to move. Again, Ryuk sees the robed figure outside the church. It vanishes just as he spots it.
I will not be intimidated, the ink shadow cries out. The Shinigami are a guild that are trying to...
Debris rains down around it, but it dodges them.
They are...
The stained glass bursts from their lead strips and rains down upon the three Mitherfickers. The ink shadow disappears again and reforms directly in front of V-Twix.
Kill me, it cries out, before they do.
V-Twix shoots Ryuk an uncertain look.
Do it! Do it!
The ink shadow balloons and sighs.
Kill me!
V-Twix pulls back and stabs his slice bang directly into the ink shadow's center, pulling the trigger on the hilt of his weapon as soon as the blade is in. The creature turns to crystal and explodes.
Insta-kill!
Each of the Mitherfickers is bumped up a level, just as the cathedral collapses around them in a landslide of stone and rubble. Enough big pieces stack up to partially shield them from the falling debris. Once it looks like the last of the big stuff has fallen, Ryuk picks himself out of the scree. He runs his hands over his body and feels for injuries. No hit point damage. That's odd. Ryuk helps V-Twix push a particularly large stone off his body and offers him his hand. Where's the goblin? V-Twix asks. Ryuk notices that his eyes are still blue. Not live streaming? Not yet. I'll give everyone an update after we find Hiccup. They hear a muffled cry from a particularly robust pile of rubble and go to work uncovering the goblin. They lift the larger stones together, and once they've removed most of them, the goblin wiggles his way out from beneath a pew.
Jeez!
Hiccup breathes heavily as he's helped to his feet.
That was frickin' terrible. And my arm! That filthy ficker took my arm! That's my ass-scratching hand, damn it!
I thought that was your wank... Ah! Ryuk interrupts Oh. That's V-Twix. Tamana. What, Lau? Don't look at me like that. She's mad because she's not on the show. I thought that was your wake. Ah! Ryuk interrupts Feetwix with an elbow in the ribs. With his magic slingshot up, he scans the area for the shadowy outline he saw earlier, but the mist is thickening up, and the dust from the collapsed building isn't helping the visibility. I told you not to worry, Hiccup. Feetwix scrolls around his seemingly endless list and equips an arm made of brass that's studded with gears and wheels and levers. The goblin stares in horror at the steampunk amalgamation. Relax! Feetwix's eyes turn back. Whoop. Automod blocked. How? Saw Hiccup lost his arm to the Ink Shadow back there in a game of Natty Dread. Now he's set to get a new... Not so much, but what can you do? Also, this one 2 new locations in Copenhagen and the Vesterbro district. Fuck. Vesterbro. I want to remind everyone in Scandinavia that in and out in the box. I want to remind everyone in Scandinavia that In and Out in the Box has just opened 2 new locations in Copenhagen in the Vesterbro district. Fuck me. I want to remind everyone in Scandinavia that In and Out in the Box has just opened 2 new locations in Copenhagen in the Vesterbro district to better serve you. Mention hashtag FeeTwixRocks at the ordering kiosk or when you place your iNet order to receive a free upsize on any one menu item. So, back to the arm. Let's try that again. So, back to the arm. So, back to the arm. So, back to the arm. He points the arm in the air. Now, bring me the goblin!
Nuh-uh. Not happening, video boy. You've gone off your fickin' rocker if you think I'm going to let you strap a brig...
Fuck! This is too good!
You've gone off your fickin' rocker if you think I'm going to let you strap a big brass dildo on me. You said you had a solution, not a cyborg tech...
God damn it.
You said you had a solution, not a cyborg sex toy.
Ryuk stops scanning the horizon for a moment and asks, how does it work? It's steam-powered, but the steam pack has been built in so as not to be obtrusive. Feetwix turns to the goblin. What are you waiting for, you? You need an arm? I have an arm! Sounds like a win-win to me. Now, to connect it...
Anyone have any fickin' hooch?
Hiccup asks. Hiccup asks,
Some Droric?
Some Droric? Droric.
Some Droric, preferably.
No, Ryuk says with disapproving... Damn it. Ryuk says with disapproving abruptness.
Marbles, you have the empathy of a fungal growth in the cleft of a dragon's ass.
Don't worry, Feetwix... Damn it. Feetwix grins. I've used one of these before. The attachment process isn't really all that painful. Come on, don't be a big baby.
The fick you say?
Hiccup huffs. Hiccup huffs, sighs, and with eyes squinched shut and head turned away, reluctantly presents his armless shoulder. The gears spin up. The fingers come alive, and the shoulder end opens like the maw of a lamprey. Feetwix presses the mechanical arm onto Hiccup's shoulder, and the goblin's flesh tendrils up and settles... Flesh tendrils up, okay. See, I'm having playback problems because I'm using too much RAM, I think. I have my browser open. Yes, this is still live, Sin. I have my browser open, I have Ableton open, and I have Wirecast open at the same time, so I'm thinking about maybe getting a separate computer to run Wirecast on, but I don't know how that's going to work. Stream is hiccuping. And the goblin's flesh tendrils up and settles around the union. And the goblin's flesh tendrils up and settles around the union of goblin shoulder and steam-powered arm. The external gears click and clank as the arm makes minor adjustments. Feetwix lets go, and the brass arm dangles there for a moment. Don't be afraid of it. It may actually be of some benefit to you.
Who's afraid? Other than my second ex-mother-in-law, I'm not afraid of anything that's not trying to kill me.
What about ghosts? The rearmed goblin ignores Ryuk. What about ghosts? The rearmed goblin ignores Ryuk. He holds his mechanical hand up in front of his face, bends and twists the wrist, flexes and wiggles the fingers. An idea occurs to him. He reaches around and gives his ass a most vigorous scratch. He grins and thumps his foot in time to the scratching.
Oh, yeah. That's the ticket. Oh, that's the good stuff.
Feetwix laughs. Glad I got that on video, and I'm glad you like it. Hiccup runs his other hand over his new brass arm. He knocks on it for a moment.
I can't say that I hate it, and it sure isn't my first choice, but it'll do for now,
he remarks as he sniffs the fingers he just scratched his ass with.
All right, where to, boss?
That anyone would consider him boss is a strange and alien concept, even if he is technically the leader of the guild. Ryuk turns his head to conceal the uncertainty he feels, clears his throat, and says, We need to find the dream armor that's located somewhere around here. And I've realized the fatal flaw in my avatar. I have no way of protecting myself in hand-to-hand combat. Hiccup continues to test the capabilities of his new arm. Hiccup continues to test the capabilities of his new arm by vigorously Hiccup continues to test the capabilities of his new arm by vigorously mining his oversized nostrils and flicking the extracted deposit. Fuck me. Hiccup continues to test the capabilities of his new arm by vigorously mining his oversized nostrils and flicking the extracted deposits at Feetwix.
You just now realize that?
What's so special about dream armor? Feetwix asks, as he pivots out of the way of Hiccup's ejecta. Dream armor is metaphoric. It becomes whatever armor the wearer needs. It's almost impossible to get and super, super expensive if you can find it. I was level 96 and I couldn't afford any even if I'd found some.
Well, if it's dream armor you really want, Hiccup says, I'm your goblin to find it. But it won't be cheap.
You're already getting 2% of whatever treasure we find, Ryuk reminds him.
I thought it was 4%.
No, it's 3.
That's fine. But when I find this armor, you'll need to toss me a little bonus. How about a healing potion? I know you still have one left.
Feetwix drapes an arm onto Hiccup's... Damn it. Feetwix drapes an arm onto Hiccup's shoulder and wipes a goblin booger back onto him. Sure,
We'll give you a healing potion when you find the dream armor. Hiccup jams his new metallic finger into his mouth, gives it a good slobbering, and sticks it up in the air. It's that way, he says as he turns to the east. We are close. We are close, so get ready. I got the feeling one of those classic big boss battles is on the horizon.
Bam. Okay, that's the chapter. Nice. All right, so what else do we have left here? This is a long one, guys. Probably. All right, chapter 11. Back to life, back to reality. Oh, okay, so we're doing Ryuk and Hajime. Wow, that was a long chapter. Harmon, you write long chapters now? Jesus, it's 25 minutes. What have you done? All right. Okay, so Hajime, let's look at his character. An older human droid. Think Miyagi from the Karate Kid here. He's an utter badass, however, and this will be... Okay, got a confession. A confession to make here. I've never seen the Karate Kid. Yeah, it's the truth. Oh, you like the Fee Twix? Good. Yeah, I totally knew who you were talking about when you described his character, so...
Yes. I'm a genius.
What's what? Oh, yeah, I haven't seen the Karate Kid, yeah. That's the big reveal.
Sensei. I go for Sensei.
This stream brought to you by Nika Whiskey. Very good. The video and audio are way off? That sucks. Oh, of course, I'm using my shitty internet. I have two different, I don't know what they're called. I got the regular internet, and then I got the internet, same thing, 5 gigahertz. And the 5 gigahertz one is always better, so I don't know why it defaults to the regular one. By the way, if you're just arriving, or if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube and you just got here, I am giving away, or if you've already got the first one, books 2 and 3 are coming out very, very soon, at the same time, basically. So if you want one of those instead, let me know. But come to twitch.tv/fiatcelebrity, not Fiat Celebrity, twitch.tv/soundbooththeater. Follow me on Twitch, and then say in the chat that you want one. There's 2 left. So, yeah, come and get it. Desk hospitality host, the heart-shaped Sal d'Amour. Sal d'Amour. I'm not good at French. It is Sin's birthday, and she might have missed that. So you're going to have to say it again. Because she just refreshed. Sol de Mo... Sol. Okay, so it's just Sol. Oh, yeah, and I lost my spot, of course. The heart-shaped Salle d'Amour, featuring a heart-shaped bed, heart-shaped throw pillows, heart-shaped candles, heart-shaped water-based lubricant dispensers, heart-shaped vibrating novelty toys, heart-shaped towels, loofahs, sponges, and a single bar of soap shaped like a spleen. Shaped like a spleen. Oh, fuck. This is why I do your books, Harmon. From floor to ceiling and wall to wall, the heart motif is displayed with the same pernicious The heart motif is displayed with the same pernicious ubiquity that the North Koreans give their current... What is that? Juke? Pimps? Is that French as well? I have to look for the feedback loop, you guys, I have to look shit up every 3 or 4 pages. Just like, what? What is this? I mean, from a work perspective, it's infuriating. It's not like with the Kindle version where you can just highlight it and look it up. Okay. Damn it. Oh, I lost my spot again. God damn it. Chapter 11. It's not big words, it's weird words. Okay. So I guess let's forvo this shit. Is it French again? Juke. No, no! That is not what I typed, you fucker. Ugh. Juche. There. This. Go. What? English? This is not an What? Juche? I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means. Okay, God damn it. Juche. Definition. Usually translated as self-reliance, the official political ideology of North Korea, described by the regime as Kim Il-sung's original, brilliant, and revolutionary contribution to national and international thought. The idea states that an individual is the master of his destiny, and that the North Korean masses are to act as the masters of the revolution in construction. Okay. Juche. That's what that means. See, no one else teaches people about culture in the lit RPG world. Harmon Cooper does. The heart motif is displayed with the same pernicious ubiquity that the North Koreans give Juche pimps okay. The heart motif is displayed with the same pernicious ubiquity that the North Koreans give their current Juche pimps portraiture. Did I do that? The heart motif is displayed with the same... Nope, that's all the way back to the beginning. The heart motif is displayed with the same... The heart motif is displayed with the same pernicious ubiquity that the North Koreans give their current Juche pimp's portraiture. There we go. I'm logging out, Ryuk announces. I'll be back in at the hour of the morning fire. Feetwix plops onto the bed, and his eyes go from black to blue. It's been a long time since I spent the night at a love hotel. Fun places, really. You've stayed in one? Ryuk asks. I visited South Korea several times for Proxima conferences. I have a pretty big following there, especially in Busan. So yeah, I have. You must have as well, being from Japan and all. Not all Japanese stay in love hotels. Sure, and not all Swedes have blue eyes and blonde hair. Feetwix places his hands behind his head. Busan. So yeah, I have. Especially in Busan. Uh-oh. My iPod gave up on me. Damn, I've been streaming for 2 hours and 15 minutes. I was not paying attention to the time at all, but it's cool. I think, you know what? I'm just going to keep doing the recording thing during Wednesday streams. I stopped doing it for a while because I thought it was, like, mucking things up. But I think it's part of the fun. I don't know. Not only that, but I'm actually getting work done. It's not like... I mean... I'm not meaning to sound like the stream is a waste of my time. There's a train coming, so I'm going to go ahead and pause for a little bit. I'm not meaning to say that the stream is a waste of my time or whatever, but it definitely helps me to record this stuff while I'm going because it gets work done ahead of time, basically, and I'm still advertising the work. My voice will be worn down from the streams, right? So if I'm not recording, I'm like wasting that voice energy, that voice stamina. I just don't, you know, I need to combine what I did when I wasn't recording with when I am recording by just being relaxed about it and not having, you know, not pressuring myself into getting a certain amount done or pressuring myself to make sure the stream is a certain length. I'm just gonna, like, this is my favorite thing that any author has done is put together the whole, like, listed the things that he wants me to read on the stream. That's the most perfect shit ever. Because then I know exactly what I'm reading. I have I know what I need to get done through the stream, but I don't have to worry about the length. You know, I just go as far as I need to, and it turns out to be as entertaining as possible because the author knows their work better than anybody. So he picks, you know, the best spots. Okay, so where are we? Places his hands behind his head. I will see you in the morning. Ryuk offers Feetwix a small bow. He logs out before his guildmate can say anything else. As the wavelengths of the inside of his NV visor slow to a crawl, Ryuk slowly becomes aware of his surroundings. It's almost 3 a.m. in Tokyo, and his mouth tastes like the entire cast of the all-orc version of Riverdance has tap-danced through it barefoot. And his mouth tastes like the entire cast of the all-orc version of Riverdance has tap-danced through it barefoot. He removes the NV visor and stands on wobbly legs. He yawns, stretches, and rolls his head on his neck. A half-finished water bottle on his nightstand diminishes the orc flavor somewhat, and he's just getting into bed when he notices the Stygian outline of someone sitting seiza in front of his bedroom door. Seiza. 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 Hajime! The human droid's eyes open.
Ryuk?
Let's do dude 2 for him.
Ryuk?
You scared me.
I dismissed Kodai's men. It's safer if I am in the room with you.
Just stay in the living room, like you normally do. Ryuk props a pillow up so he can sit with his back against the headboard. It's stupid. You know how much protection I have? And for what? He kicks his legs into his bed. He kicks his legs onto his bed. Hajime considers his statement for a moment and says, fuck. He doesn't say fuck.
The man who sleeps with a machete under his pillow is thought foolish until the one time that he isn't.
I remember you telling me that once before, but with a gun.
A gun is even better. How is the ultimate quest going?
Just leveling now. We encountered a Thulian warrior woman who was attacked by the Shinigami. They had Tamana, and one of the players looked just like me.
A doppelganger? A doppelganger? Intriguing. Intriguing. More intriguing still is that they refer to themselves as gods of death. And this Thulian female, what of her?
I really don't know. She attacked us because she thought I was the evil Ryuk, and she played with Feetwix's gun a little bit. But other than that, she didn't seem too bad. Hajime is silent for a moment.
And tomorrow's plans?
More leveling up. If I can get to Tamana, I'll be able to figure out what happened to her.
Wants and needs. Wants and needs.
Excuse me?
You should rest.
Hajime says after a short pause.
Your training begins in 4 hours.
My training?
Good night.
Hajime stands, bows, and exits the room. Ryuk can hear him sit down on the other side of the door. My training? The familiar smell of Hajime's Nag Champa incense drifts in from the living room. Ryuk rolls to his side and focuses his attention on a glowing icon on the bottom of his iNet screen. A reminder that a new episode of an anime set in Tritania called Flight Feet. Furaito stu su sutri. What is that character? To. I know to is the end. Furaito stu Is that the... What is that? Fito. Oh, feet. Oh, that's right. That's the... Fito. Fito. Fui. Oh, yeah. Fui. That's right. It's like a... it's a tiny one, so it's like fui. Fuito. Furaitu frito. I love that there's Japanese in here. It's fun. A reminder that a new episode of an anime set in Tritania called Flight Feet, Furaitu Fito, has just been released, a show loosely based on some of the more infamous quests undertaken within the game. The icon senses his attention. Damn it. Fuito. Fuito. Damn it, did I say it that way? Fito, okay. Fi. And they don't have F, it's f. Like you're below. Frito, fito. Fa. The icon senses his attention. The show is painted across the inside of his eyelids. In the latest episode, a group of mercenary forest ninjas and their leader, a buxom elf wench with blue hair, fight their way through the Atla forest with a goal of collecting Atlas spider venom to use in a future battle against their rival guild. It's a tried-and-true storyline based on something the Knights of Non-Compos Mentis did years ago, in the distant past before Ryuk was born. He fights to stay awake to finish the... Wow! Unacceptable! She knows what she did. He fights to stay awake to finish the episode, but struggles in vain. The last troubling thought on his mind before sleep takes him is about Tamana. He should have done something more to save her. He should have done something. Okay. All right, that's not the end of the chapter, but oh fuck me. But that's the end of the part that Harmon wanted me to read, and we got one more section here, fellas. Chapter 29, Aramis Security Works. Okay, so Zaina, Ryuk, Old Mage, and Hiccup. Just a snippet of this chapter is fine. Okay. Alright, yeah, we don't want to get too... This is pretty late in the game, so we don't want to get too spoilery here. And let's review Zaina real quick. Maybe a slight accent here, something to show she is foreign and speaks another tongue. Thulian. Maybe somewhat of a whispery voice, something foreign, whispery, and sexy. She is half dragon. Okay, so is this an NPC? Yup. It's funny, I just used a whispery, dragon-like female in Delver's Obligations Incurred. Sin, you know who I'm talking about, so I think I'll just use her. Already got one. Feetwix's girlfriend. All right. This is going to be amazing. Chapter 29. Oh, wait. By the way, if you're just now joining us, if you're on Facebook or if you're on YouTube, not watching on Twitch, I am giving away 2 more audiobooks for the feedback loop, which is kind of like not quite a prequel. This is Fantasy Online's like a spin-off of the feedback loop. No, Delver's Sin. So I'm giving away book 1 or book 2 or book 3, depending on which one you want, depending on if you've listened to the first one or not. Books 2 and 3 are not out yet, but if you go to twitch.tv/soundbooththeater, you come to the chat and hang out with us, and you request a free audiobook here on the chat, I will write your name down and I will get it to you. So, don't forget, I'm giving away audiobooks. If you want one, come to Twitch. And here goes the last section that I'm doing for tonight, so hurry up and come out here if you want one. Maybe you haven't gotten to that part. Have you gotten, chapter 20? I think you're on chapter 19, right, Sin? The barbarian opens the gate, and the disguised Mither-Fickers enter. The barbarian opens the gate, and the disguised Mither-Fickers enter. Of the 3, only Tamana looks good in the sanitation uniform. Ryuk is unsurprised. Japanese women go to great lengths for stylish perfection, symmetry, and trimness. Hiccup is the very antithesis of kawaii, but he does absolutely look like the stereotypical bin man. He's the last to enter, and wheels in a covered trash cart. Ryuk can't be sure, but it appears as if the goblin has smeared mud across the front of his tunic. At least he hopes it's mud. V-Twix. Now! Tamana rolls left, Hiccup rolls right, and snatches off the patchwork blanket that covers the cart. V-Twix throws himself prone at the UA-571C remote and... V-Twix throws himself prone as the UA-571C remote sentry weapon pops up above the rim of the cart and cuts loose with short, controlled bursts of flying unhappiness. That's not right. I'm reading chapter 29. Oops. What have I done? I screwed it up, everybody. That's what it says, chapter 29, damn it. You deceived me, Harmon. You deceived me. I'll never trust you again. What am I supposed to be reading, dude? $28, okay. This is almost the end of the book. All right. Chapter 28. Aramis Solid Waste Management and Abatement Service. Dark clouds pass in front of a yellow moon. A breeze draws a meditative melody from a single wind chime. Nope, not wind chime. A breeze draws a meditative melody from a single wind chime on the balcony of a 2-story guild hall. A dog barks somewhere in the distance. Ryuk and Zaina are... Zaina or Xena? Zaina? Ryuk and Zaina are clad in the leather tunic and thick-soled, knee-high boots of the Aramis Solid Waste Management and Abatement Service. Fuck. Ryuk and Zaina are clad in the leather tunic and thick-soled, knee-high boots of the Aramis Solid Waste Management and Abatement Service. Zaina stops, examines the rooftops, and waits for the breeze to subside. Ryuk is also on high alert. His extreme focus skill narrows his pain of vision, and magic eye adds soft... His extreme focus skill narrows his pain of vision, and magic eye adds soft hues to everything he focuses on. Zaina. Okay, I'm doing it right. The Thulian assassin stops in front of a 2-story guild hall whose property abuts the alley behind the Shinigami. It's separated from the street by a small iron fence, which squeaks as she uses her ghost limb to open it. After a sidelong glance at Ryuk, she enters and he follows behind her. The two walk down a pathway of large trapezoidal stepping stones that is bordered with tall cylindrical shrubs. At the front door, Zaina smooths the front of her borrowed uniform and knocks with her ghost limb. An old man's voice rings out. Okay, so this old man, I'm tempted to do the same voice as I did for Doorman Jim, because he's got an old guy voice.
Hello, Mr. Hughes.
But I don't want to do that because he's actually in this book, right? Doorman Jim, so... Should I just use my Gandalf voice for him? A slightly senile Gandalf?
Who is it?
Like that? Aramis Solid Waste Management and Abatement Service, Ryuk says. He clears his throat and tries again, in a deeper, more confident voice. Aramis Solid Waste Management and Abatement Service. Let me try that again. That wasn't deeper.
Aramis Solid Waste Management and Abatement Service. Solid Waste Management and Abatement Service?
With a rattle of chains and clicking of deadbolts, the door swings inward to reveal an older PC. He sports the de rigueur... Costume de rigueur. Gueur? I hope that's right. Refers to a strict formal dress code for the attire worn at a special event or in a particular venue. He sports the de rigueur cleric look, long robes of an indeterminate color, flowing white beard, bushy eyebrows, and a pointy wizard's hat, complete with stars and moons and hex symbols. His stats appear above his head as he peers at the two. His untrimmed brows rise toward the brim of his hat. His untrimmed brows rise toward the brim of his hat. Okay, rigueur. Let me make sure that's the right pronunciation. I hate going out of the damn book. No, do what I say, damn Kindle.
De rigueur.
Okay, that's an American... French. De rigueur. It's not rigueur, it's rigueur. Rigueur. De rigueur. I gotta re-record it. He sports the de rigueur. He sports the de rigueur. He sports the de rigueur. He sports the de rigueur cleric look. He sports the de rigueur. He sports the de rigueur cleric look. De rigueur. He sports the de rigueur cleric look. He sports the de rigueur cleric look. There we go. Got it. Okay. Dark Healer, level 17. HP 431 out of 431. Mana 342 out of 342. Attack 29. Magic attack 146. Defense 48. Magic defense 74. Luck 11.
You sure have picked a strange hour to visit. Isn't it late for public service minions to be out and about?
Minions? We're, running behind schedule today because of, some things that happened in Bar Row. Oh, Zaina. Okay.
We're, running behind schedule today because of, some things that happened in Bar Row,
Zaina tells him.
There was a big brawl, lots of damage and debris, and we're still trying to get a handle on it.
It was goblins, Ryuk chucks it. Ryuk chimes in. I love this.
Fucking goblins. Wait, did you say Bar Row? No one else from my guild mentioned it. They're there now.
How's the old guy? Is he fine? His visage darkens.
Pissing away all the rupees we earned through a side quest on the outskirts of Shia. Dumbasses. Okay, well, the stuff is out back. I'd open the side gate, but I'm afraid it is overgrown with vines at the moment. Please, come in, and let me make you some tea while you are here.
Oh, he's just a bit player. Okay. Ryuk bows his head. We are in a bit of a hurry to catch up and finish for the night. The old man cackles.
Nonsense. No one is in a hurry, commoner. No one is in a hurry, commoner or NPC alike,
he says with a nod towards Zaina. The door swings wide open, and he motions for them to follow him. As he walks with his hands clasped behind his back, he muses on some of his travels through Tritania.
I'm only at level 17, but I've encountered plenty of Thulians in Polinia. Never seen one as a sanitation worker, though.
Where did I put her? Uh-oh. Beep, beep, beep. Okay.
We exist, Zaina tells him. If you visit Athos or any of its surrounding boroughs, you'll find that all the workers are Thulian. The local government just started, a diversity and inclusiveness in the workplace initiative that sends us to other locations.
I love this shit. She shoots Ryuk a quick thumbs up.
At first, I thought it was just trendy feel-good bullshit, but it comes with room, board, and a week of paid travel. And a week of paid travel in Hyperborea, and a week of paid travel. Damn. And a week of paid travel in Hyperborea, so I decided to give it a try. Damn it. And a week of paid travel in Hyperborea, so I decided to give it a try. Damn it. Give it a try. Give it a try. And a week of paid travel in Hyperborea, so I decided to give it a try. Try. That one's try. And a week of paid travel in Hyperborea, so I decided to give it a try.
There we go. Got it.
Not a bad story.
Ryuk quickly formulates one of his own, just in case. What causes the audio thumps? What are you saying?
Makes sense,
says the old cleric as they take a few steps down into a wide, open den with a bar on one side.
Please, sit.
He motions to a long table with 8 wooden placemats and grins.
Anywhere is fine. This will only be a moment. And you?
He asks Ryuk as he sets a copper kettle on an iron stove.
Why on the Empress's 3 floating continents would a PC take this role?
Broke my legs.
I thought it'd be interesting.
Ryuk feels Zaina tap him on the back of the head with her ghost limb.
Plus, there are some sewer monsters that dish out some serious EXP.
Oops.
What about you?
Zaina asks as he adds various leaves, twigs, and herbs to the kettle.
Why didn't you go with your guildmates?
I'm not one of these that's anxious to drink myself into a stupor or consort. I'm not one of these that's anxious to drink myself into a stupor or consort with NPCs of easy virtue and wind up with psoriasis of the lizard and gob crabs the size of your thumb. Thank you very much. I prefer to save my rupees and devote my energy to other pursuits.
He brings the kettle back behind the counter and pours out 2 cups of his strange brew.
There you go, my friends. Drink up. You'll find this most soothing.
Won't you be having one?
Zaina. Oh, damn it.
Won't you be having one?
Zaina asks the old cleric as she takes the decoction? What the hell is that? Zaina asks the old cleric as she takes the decoction from him.
In a moment. I always make sure my guests are served first.
All right. Ooh, okay, so I got all the voices. I'm gonna have to call it a day now. Uh-oh, what have I done? What have I done? Chapter 11. Back to life. Back to reality. To recharge their avatars, Ryuk. Chapter 28. Oh, okay, there we go. Just had to make sure it was saved correctly. Nope, stop. Stop. Fine, stop. So, that's the show for today, fellas. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Harmon, thank you for showing up. Thank you for putting together that list of chapters, because I feel like that was, a very constructive and entertaining Wednesday show. So, please, guys, if you enjoyed the show, please share the replay of this on Facebook or wherever you like to share things. I can't wait to get started on this book. I'm burping. Why? I'm finishing up. I'm finishing up 2 books this week. Uh, what's the name of the one I'm working on? Infinity's Edge by Ken Lozito. I'm working on that for Podium Publishing right now, and I'm also finishing up Super Sales on Superheroes by William D. Arend, which is so much fun as well. I cannot wait to finish that one off. But yes, I can't wait to get the Fantasy Online started and finished. Well, it's already started now, right? I got the prologue. I got the first bit of chapter 6. I got the whole of chapter 8. Lots of stuff done today. So next Wednesday, I believe. Oh, next Wednesday will be me starting Hero of Thera by Eric Nyland. So be ready for that, guys. And this Sunday, remember, I'm taking a break from the Sunday Sound Booth Theater lives, so I guess until Proxima Live, which is also based around Harmon's world. Michael Ryan Soilo and a bunch of other authors are working on some original content for me. I'm so fucking excited for that. I don't know where Michael Ryan Soilo is with that right now, but I'm sure he's already done so much. I'm sure he'll be done pretty soon, and I'll report to you guys when the writing session starts for that. I think we're going to be streaming that as well. But once the writing session is finished, then we're going to schedule a weekly show based around it. So I'll let you guys know when that's ready, when that's about to happen. And I'm going to be launching the Sound Booth Theater Live website along with the first episode of Proxima Live. So, yeah, that'll be exciting. That'll be a place where you guys can hang out and comment, and that's where I'm going to be doing, most of my advertising and stuff, because I'll be able to set up Amazon and Audible Associates links and stuff like that. So the 3 people, if the 3 people who requested audiobooks, if you guys could please remind me at the end of this, like right now on the chat, who you are, I will get to you. I will send you some codes. So for those of you who don't have Feedback Loop 1, you can go get that right now. And for those of you who are waiting for Feedback Loop 2 and 3, you can just hold on to that code, and I'll let you know when it's out. So, again, thanks so much. It's so much fun hanging out with you guys while I narrate. And I guess next Wednesday for Hero of Thera. And peace out, guys. Oh, broke my legs. Broke them both. Oh my god. Another shot of whiskey. More whiskey.